Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Salty Aaron Show, or A Pinch of Salt. I still can't come up with a name. I'm here with Julie Brown. Before I even get started, I just want to point out that my first two guests have to have the most basic style of names, okay? I'm going to read this off to you. Julie Brown and Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith was my first interview. Julie Brown is here with me. She's an improv. She does comedy. She does working in the theme park world, tourist, and you're a performer.
And I stand on my head.
And she stands on her head.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, this is going to go so many different ways. Okay. I asked Anthony, and I think I'll start the show the same way every single time. What got you to where you are now? What was your driving force for doing the performing arts or comedy or wherever? Podcasting, fuck it. This is an interview, you know? So.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to ask that question.
Go ahead. No, start us off. Tell me, where did you develop an interest in this whole?
Probably since I was dancing in front of the windows naked as a little kid.
Elaborate.
I don't know. I always loved performing. Since I was little, my dad had paid for me to do tap dancing when I was like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just always loved theater. And actually in the 4th grade, I
forgot theater. I apologize.
That's okay.
Theater.
I'm a theater major. When I was in the 4th grade, I called the newspaper, the local newspaper, and I was doing the Shoemaker and the Elves. And I was like, hey, I'm doing a show. You should come see my show. And I'm in the 4th grade.
Right.
And
that's awesome. You're already reaching out for media correspondence with your performing arts in 4th grade. That is so... Nobody knows this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Nobody knows where the drive actually began. And you already were reaching out to newspapers saying, come review my show. That's literally what you're asking for, but please continue.
And I got on the front page of the local newspaper.
Fuck, you did not.
I did too. I did. I got on the local page, and I was the biggest thing on the newspaper, even though it was a little freaking town. But
it was. I know exactly what you're talking about. The small town newspaper. Mm-hmm. It's not for sale, and it's usually for free. And it's usually, if you're from the Midwest, where are you from originally? Indiana. So this is going to sound immaculately accurate. You were on the front page in one of those old 70s pull style bins. Mm-hmm. Am I right so far?
Uh-huh.
And right next to it was usually a black, brown, or really obscure colored rack that had fishing magazines or pickup truck sales.
Yeah.
Automotive everything. And there would be like 4 different stacks all coming from that same small town or surrounding counties.
And there's like a donut shop nearby, and everybody's talking about the gossip and everything. And
the water cooler talk of the small fucking town.
Because there's nothing else going on.
My God, in the small town rumors, I've lived that life. It is so fucking different than now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when you go, I know where you live, and that at the moment you are very far away from Orlando. You're in the armpit of Orlando. Like, I mean, if I throw a rock, I think there's a fucking swamp on the other side of it with crocodiles and.
Well, there's roosters next door. And
exactly my point. You are in Central Florida's country.
And there's cows down the road, a lot of cows. Next to the airport.
So is this so different than your hometown in Indiana?
Yeah, but my town has completely changed too, though. It's not the same as when I grew up.
I'm just talking about the aesthetic of the old town. When you came here, was it still like we still have places called Gil's Diner, and there was the automotive shop was like you knew everybody in town, not everybody, but you know what I mean? Like, well, you know the major weights.
I knew the same people from, it was kindergarten through high school. Like, I almost had the same people.
We had that, too. We had the, we had the small, because where I grew up was very large. Like, everything was very expanded. We would have, like, 2 miles of country and, like, farmland, cow pastures, all... basic Illinois bullshit. If you've been outside of a city in Illinois, it's the same goes for Indiana, because I used to play punk rock in Indiana's punk scene, which is really, really weird, and we'll talk about that later possibly. I don't know.
Okay.
But I used to go to Indianapolis all the time for like the most random shows, because I was at Eastern Illinois University is where I went to school.
Oh.
So you and I are like we could throw a rock at each other at this point, being that close to Indiana. I think we were 10 miles away from Indiana. I mean, 10 miles away from the Indiana border, basically. Yeah. Wow, I didn't realize you were a Midwest kid. I knew you were from a small town, but I didn't know, like, which one.
It was called Westfield, if that gives you a hint.
Westfield. So you would have been on the west side. Wow, you are really close to Mattoon, Illinois.
Yeah, the thing is, I used to have a friend in Decatur. We used to go to Decatur Fest to see my friend.
Oh, no shit.
She went to, yeah, and I would drive through the cornfields. So I'd drive my car through the cornfields to come see her.
So you woodstocked it. Like, basically, you're like, I'm making my own roads.
Yeah, because there's all the cornfields.
You just knock down a... I got a farmer joke, but I'm just going to move on past it, because I think our country humor could be lame to these sophisticated city folk that we now entertain.
I used to ride my bike with this boy I had a crush on. And
how far was the boy's house from your house?
Well, driving the car...
Yeah.
Was like 10 minutes, but we used
so like 2 miles, 3 miles. Was there anything in between your house and the boy's house?
There was a lot of cornfields.
Yeah, so, people don't get that in the city. Like, there is so much space around you. Mm-hmm. It's like the 2 miles is like a 2-day trip back in olden times. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
But he used to put this radio on his bike, and we used to listen to Hanson and Ace of Base. And I had a crush on him, and we'd ride our bikes from my house to his house through the cornfields.
It's like a perfect setting for a fucking Stephen King film.
I know. I could have got killed. The guy was a little crazy, the guy was.
That's like a mixture of Gerald's Game and fucking... what's that stupid Macaulay Culkin movie? The one where he's allergic to bees?
Oh,
My Girl.
My Girl. But the thing is, I had a crush on him for a long time, and he was like my best friend.
Right.
And then we were in high school at the point. I met him in 5th grade. But when we got to high school, I asked him homecoming on pajama day in my pajamas. He never spoke to me again after that.
So you participated in a school-sponsored day, and you told your crush, hey, let's go to homecoming. And he basically told you to fuck off. That's basically what he did. Was he in his pajamas at least?
No, but he said because I embarrassed him because I had my pink pajamas on and my hair in pigtails.
I have an embarrassing story I want to tell you.
Oh, no.
It's not nearly as detrimental, but recently in Orlando, we had the most epic thing happen on Easter. The bunny fight out in front of Sac Comedy Lounge.
Oh, I love that story.
So it was like Easter was that Sunday, and
this is an
extremely recent story too.
I got stories too about Easter.
So we were getting ready to do on another show that I'm on called Entering the Black Hole. We were doing our live event at Johnny's, and I was actually going to wear we'll post a picture of it.
Okay,
we'll do that at the end of the show. I have the pajamas, a pajama onesie of the original Christmas Story bunny.
Oh.
So what I'll do is we'll take a picture of me in the bunny outfit and you standing next to me. That will be the promo video and promo photo. And people will go, absolutely, what the fuck is going on with this show? It's just going to raise so much interest in why I'm in a bunny suit and you're standing next to me.
I think so. A lot of people being very intrigued by that.
Just because of that story. Anyways, I was going to be the fighter bunny at the live event during the break. I was going to go find someone in the audience who was, a friend of mine, obviously, and allow them. And we were just going to start brawling.
Oh, gosh.
Like fake brawling at Johnny's.
And then the bunny took over and started fighting that person that was hurting that lady. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we were going to do kind of a skit of that, but it ended up...
Are you mad at the bunny now?
Huh?
Are you mad at the bunny that he took your limelight away?
No, actually, we were going to follow it. We were going to live off the hype of the bunny.
Did he go to jail?
No, he actually got off, but he... Long story short about actually, let's talk about it. Long story short about the bunny has priors from charges up in like New Jersey or something, and I don't think he has been arrested yet to be sent back, but they're like still pending charges.
I can't remember his last name, but Joe, he was in my comedy class. I was gonna ask him to hook me up with the bunny, but I'm glad I didn't because I don't think I need to go out with a guy with a warrant. I don't think I need to.
Yeah, he has like several
I don't think it's a good idea.
Real charges like strong arm robbery and like assault. Like, I mean, you saw the bunny video. That guy knew how to fucking throw down.
Yeah, I don't have the best luck dating. I don't think I need to add that to my things.
You don't want to add a felon to your repertoire of.
I don't know if I've dated Have I dated felons?
I love this. This is the part of the show where you're thinking about all the men you've dated who might have been felons.
I just never had real relationships. They're all fake relationships. But I'm trying to
It's fake news. It's all fake news.
I think,
Donald Trump sucks. I'm sorry about that. I apologize to everyone
Donald Trump's going to show up on this show and be like, listen.
I have had people say, Aaron, you should interview Donald Trump because you would call him out on his bullshit. Like, we're going to get so many jobs, and those jobs are going to have jobs. And then they're going to have job children. We're going to have so many fucking jobs.
You sound like a Donald Trump that's on marijuana.
Well, I am on marijuana, so that's okay. I guess the impression works with the stimulant that I'm on, so that works. Yes, she did the snort. Okay, let's kind of center focuses. You do some work with people. Like, you're an educator of the performing arts.
I am.
And you actually have a workshop coming up that we're going to talk about at the end of the show. But
I got a couple, actually.
Oh, okay. So it's not only that one you have. Tell us more about that.
Which one? Or
by the way, we are going to get back to that story about you in the 4th grade and in the newspaper. I haven't forgot about that.
Okay.
Actually, let's talk about that.
Okay.
So I will cut that small part out of the show. I wasn't going to edit anything out of the show, but I don't really care.
Slice.
I'll look for that. That'll be... The squiggly lines make sense to me now. It's like reading the fucking Matrix. Like, I've figured it out. Like, the squiggly lines, when you see it after it's recorded, I'm like, I understand, Neo. You know. Anyways, back to the show.
You make me start again.
Some of that might make air. Some of that might not. Okay, so you were doing your 4th grade performance, and you made the front page. What changed for you then?
What changed for me?
Yeah, because I mean, you're in 4th grade and you've been on the front of the newspaper. Something had to give way after that. Like, I know you probably got your 15 minutes of fame. Did you do something with that 15 minutes of fame?
I mean, I showed everybody. I was like, I'm on the front page of paper. Woo! I don't know.
So you boasted about it for a while.
And we didn't have Facebook at that time because, it didn't develop till later on.
We're the elderly here. We were before the cell phones. We were there for the rotating phones. We had to do the whole Chris Rock comedy act of him spinning around the big phone. I don't know why I sounded British talking about Chris Rock. That was fucking off.
I'm just glad he didn't sound like that one lady that we kept running into. That lady, she's doing this weird British accent. It didn't even sound British. But you sound better than she did. That was scary. I don't need to go there. Okay.
So where did you go from there? You did the 4th grade entertainment. You did the 4th grade newspaper. The 4th grade performance that made the newspaper. Wow, that sounded stupid. What was next in your performing arts?
I mean, I was always doing plays with school, and then just always different productions and different dance classes when I could. I got really involved. Like, I started karate at 7. Mm-hmm. And so physical agility was pretty early. Yeah, and then it went away for a little while. Then I got back into karate. So even though I was still working on shows, I usually used my karate in a show in high school. Like, I was goofing off one day and I kicked a gun from Anything Goes and we put it in the show. But really? Yeah. So you were improvising during other people's written performances. Yes, I was a sailor and I was putting that in. But I got really involved in my martial arts. So would you be a sailoress? Sailor. Or does sailor have a male female title? I don't know, but I was a cute sailor. I was really skinny too. I was really, really skinny. I looked anorexic sailor. But okay. I mean, I don't know if I ever could get that anorexic looking again. Probably not. I don't know if it'd be safe. I don't think it was safe then.